Hey guys, let's get more news from Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave your like. Pittsburgh Steelers, RB1 Najee Harris draws ominous outlook about future with team. The Pittsburgh Steelers still have plenty of time to pick up their fifth-year option on running back Najee Harris, and depending on who you ask, it may be the only contract the former Alabama Crimson Tide star will be getting from the AFC North Division franchise. For Post-Gazette's Jerry Dulac, he feels that the Steelers will not offer an extension deal for Harris, hat tip Allison Kohler of Steelers Wire. I think his fifth-year option could be and possibly will be picked up this season, but I don't think he will be given a contract extension, Dulac wrote in his February 22 Steelers fan chat. If you look at what's happening around the league, chances of a RB getting a second contract after his rookie deal aren't exactly great. Look at what the Steelers did with Le'Veon Bell, a back who was more productive and impactful than Harris. The Pittsburgh Steelers can pick up their fifth-year option on Harris on or before May 2. Should they end up declining that option that's worth $6.79 million, it would put Harris on pace to hit the free agent market by the end of the 2024 NFL season. Harris has been a fixture in the backfield of the Steelers. Together with Jaylen Warren, Harris formed a solid 1-2 combo in the team's ground attack. Selected in the first round, 24th overall, by the Steelers at the 2021 NFL Draft, Harris has rushed for over 1,000 yards in each of his first 3 seasons in the pros. In 2023, he had 1,035 rushing yards and 8 touchdowns on 255 carries. The NFL's salary cap for 2024 is set, and we now know exactly what it'll cost the Pittsburgh Steelers to exercise Najee Harris's fifth-year option. The league gave all NFL teams a huge bump in salary cap for the upcoming season as a correction for the whole COVID-19 debacle and the financial situation it put franchises in. The Steelers need to make a decision on Najee Harris as he enters year 4, and as we've said before, this is an easy one. The cost for Harris in 2025 would be $6.79 million, which feels like a bargain given how Harris has started his career. Harris topped 1,000 rushing yards in each of his first 3 NFL seasons, and done it while dealing with multiple issues including questionable offensive line and quarterback play along with having Matt Canada as an offensive coordinator. With the addition of new offensive coordinator Arthur Smith, Harris's role in the offense could be expanded even further along with teammate Jaylen Warren. Smith proved when he was the OC at the Tennessee Titans he could build an elite rushing attack with the right back, and Harris fits the bill. Steelers QB named top free agent. The Pittsburgh Steelers likely won't be the only team interested in signing free agent quarterback Mason Rudolph, a former Steelers draft pick who excelled as a spot starter during their late-season push into the playoffs. In a free agency primer written by The Athletic's Randy Mueller, Rudolph is listed as the 6th best free agent quarterback of this offseason, setting up a likely battle this spring and summer for the Steelers if they want to keep him in Pittsburgh. There are few, if any, superstar quarterbacks looking for a new contract this offseason, which helps Rudolph. The only players ranked ahead of him are Kirk Cousins, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Tyrod Taylor, and Ryan Tannehill, in that order. To that end, picking the right, just like evaluating QBs in the draft, I would split this group into 2 categories: players who could be starters, and players with backup skills. The challenge is trying to sort through players who are surrounded by gray area, whether because of injury, underperformance, or something else, Mueller wrote. Can we trust Kirk Cousins at age 36, coming off a torn Achilles? Sam Darnold has shown potential in flashes. Is there still something there? Are there others who could perform better in different circumstances, like Baker Mayfield did last year? Pick one out that you're willing to bet on. The Steelers said at the outset of the offseason that they are interested in retaining Rudolph to compete with 2022 first-round pick, Kenny Pickett, but they'll likely have to beat out some other suitors from around the league to keep a player that was one of the biggest surprises in the NFL last season. Steelers could get Russell Wilson for cheap. The Pittsburgh Steelers may be able to get Russell Wilson for next to nothing against their salary cap. According to Pro Football Talk's Mike Florio, the Denver Broncos quarterback could be looking at a league minimum deal to become a starter for a new team this upcoming season. If the Broncos decide to cut Wilson, which appears they will, they'll still owe him $37 million for the 2024. Florio says that because of that, there's a sense Wilson will be open to taking a small salary from his next team in order to be a starter. When the Broncos benched quarterback Russell Wilson and it quickly became obvious that they'll cut him before his 2025 salary of $37 million becomes fully guaranteed on March 17, a sense emerged that Wilson will take the league minimum elsewhere, $1.21 million, and stick the Broncos with the balance of his $39 million fully guaranteed compensation package for 2024, Florio wrote. However, Wilson won't be doing that as a backup. He'll want, in exchange for his willingness to take so little, a commitment that he'll be the starter. The Steelers are the running favorites to land Wilson this offseason, as they've been for many quarterbacks looking for new teams. With a price tag like this one, they may have no other option than to give Wilson a shot, and even if he's going to compete with Kenny Pickett, it may be worth it for such a cheap salary. At $1.2 million, Wilson would likely cost less than Mason Rudolph or any quarterback they would consider taking early in the NFL draft. And with other positions of need, they may look at it as an opportunity to build around their quarterback position while having a Super Bowl-winning veteran around. This past Sunday, the 25th, a podcast, I Am Athlete, was published, featuring veteran quarterback Russell Wilson. In the episode, the player once again made it clear that he wants to stay at the Denver Broncos, in addition to revealing his desire to win 2 more Super Bowls. His first title was with the Seattle Seahawks, in 2013, in Super Bowl 48. For me, it's about winning. In the next 5 years, I want to win 2 more Super Bowls. I want to feel the thrill of lifting that trophy again. I love this city and everything, but I want to stay in a place that loves me too, said the 35-year-old player. There are rumors behind the scenes around the league that the player will be traded or cut from the Colorado franchise during the current offseason. What gives more strength to such rumors is that Sean Payton, the team's coach, left the quarterback on the bench in the last rounds of the regular season. But Wilson doesn't seem to be worried about that. I have more energy than ever, especially because of everything that has happened in the last 2 years. I don't care if I stay in Denver or go somewhere else. But I want to stay in Denver. I want to finish my career here. I'm committed and I want to stay here, he commented. And you fan, what do you think of the Russell Wilson situation? Leave your opinion in the comments.